P.S.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm sure this will be fine, but give me a slower clap.
Oh.
So that when I sync up the things, it's not like, where is it? Here. And by that I mean, yeah, like that. Instead of like,
in the moment of silence, I do it fast because you can hear this.
Oh.
And I don't want to accidentally grab that part
Smart.
from my silent part.
Smart.
So then I try to make it like a long pause and then a quick one so that it's like, just
You
don't
don't
get
hear that.
near the clack.
I 100% don't even know if it's going to be a problem. I just, like, it hasn't been a problem in the past. I just thought of it right now. Because I saw how fast you did it. I was like, oh my God, I think she did it faster than the fucking frames. Don't worry. I look at the spike on the audio.
Yeah.
And then I line up the spike to the image and I'll like find the exact frame where it's touching.
Oh.
And then it's usually pretty close. I have to like tweak it a little bit.
Where are
but-
my shoes on?
I don't know.
Fuck out of here with that.
Ooh, I feel like I heard some crackly blackly.
Yeah, that was my microphones. That's my headphones. My microphone.
My Ike.
Mike.
I don't know why I think we're so funny. So stupid.
Because we were funny back in high school.
We are still funny to me.
Hell yeah.
That's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's still crackly. You hearing that shit? You guys
No, well, I'm
that
just
shit?
hearing my skin rub around here.
Ew. It's so dry.
My skin. Oh my God, it is so dry.
Yeah.
I had to use so much fucking chapstick recently. So much.
I use chapstick.
All the time.
All of the
It's an
time.
addiction for you.
Yeah, it is. Feels good, though. Also, remember when we went to Bombay and you were like, can I steal your chapstick? And I kept getting out and, like, getting it from the backpack in the back of my car.
Yeah.
I had some in the fucking glove, this thing.
Oh, right.
Center
in the middle,
console.
the center
Yeah.
thing?
It's always in there. I use it all the time. I don't know why. I was like, no, I packed chapstick.
You're like,
gotta get
she
that
can
one.
only use this one. She
one's
can't use my
gross.
special Jeep chapstick.
That's my japstick.
I see what you did there.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, it does. Sounds a little racist.
Yeah, it
You're
sounds a
sounding
little racist. Did not intend it that way. It was my Jeep chapstick.
Listen,
we can call it a
Jeep stick.
yeah.
Not as
Jeep
clever. Not as clever. This is really random, but nothing new for us.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I learned the lyrics to Jackson by Johnny Cash and June Carter, when she says,
J-Pan fan.
yes,
I don't get it.
I
Every
had-
time I'm like,
I had to ask my dad. I was like, what's a J-Pan fan?
yeah.
Like, I thought it was like a cast iron skillet or something. And he was like, it's like a Japan, like a fan, like a Japan fan. And I was like, why does she call it a J-Pan? And he goes, she's like country, like that. She calls it a J-Pan fan.
Like out in J-Pan.
Yeah, exactly. Or in the garage, in my guitar.
I always just thought that it was like a mistake or something that they called it. In fact, I just now learned that with you.
Yeah, my dad taught me that.
You know what is a huge pet peeve of mine?
What?
When someone says, whenever I went to the store, instead of saying when I went to the store,
Oh, whenever.
you said whenever I learned the lyrics to it. And I was like,
oh, that's not it.
when you learned them.
I have one like that too. It's when people say, like, also to, like, yeah, also to. Also to when I was doing this thing and I'm like, oh my God, you already said also.
You just need one of those.
You don't need them both.
Oh, man. Hey, look at us both in jeans.
Dude, what's up with us today?
I know. It's like we're functioning members of society.
Yeah.
Oh, cramp.
I actually had to go somewhere because I got my booster shot.
Oh, hell yeah. Look
Hell
at you
yeah.
boosting it
Hell
up.
yeah.
Boosting that immune system.
I got a fucking mixed ass cocktail. Are you supposed to get the same one every time?
No.
Okay.
In fact, they said you should switch it up. They said they did not know if that would help, but you should do it.
Oh, good. I'm glad I listened to they.
Yeah. They is on top of it.
Whenever I went to go get this,
Son of a bitch.
I was supposed to also get my flu shot too.
Yeah. You didn't?
No, so I signed up for it, right? I was
Yeah.
like, okay, let's get flu shot and fucking booster shot. Let's
Yeah.
just knock this shit out. I waltzed in there and they were like, Stacey, come over here. And I sat in my little chair. They gave me my little shot. And then I was sitting there and you have to wait for 7 minutes. Now, evidently, they determined that the other
It's no
7
longer
minutes is not
15
important.
minutes.
Yeah. So I sat there for 7 minutes and it was like the last minute. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I was also supposed to get a flu shot. I should
Head back in.
go get that. And so I like was like, maybe I shouldn't do 2 in 1, you know?
You know?
Maybe I'll feel like shit if I do 2 in 1.
Maybe.
Like started rationalizing in my head why I should not do the thing that I've already done all of the hard work for and I'm already there and just go get the shot. And by the way, I don't care about shots. I just wanted to go home. Like I wanted to be done with my chore.
I want to be done.
And so I told myself in my head, okay, we're going to walk by the counter. And if somebody is there, I'll ask them. Because the lady just was like, Scoopy Doopy, here you go. Shooty tooty, later loser. Like, none of those are words. You know, listen, she did some things. She called my
Magic, and now I'm immune.
name. Now I'm immune. And then when I went up there was a whole fuck boatload of people. And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
not doing that today. So I had to reschedule it for
Are there a
next
lot
week.
of people on a fuck boat?
Yeah, lots of people on fuck boats. You've never seen?
I've never been.
Lots of people. It's known.
Whenever I go.
Whenever you go on a fuck boat. Why can you not say whenever?
Well,
It could be like whenever.
No, whenever is fine, but like in past tense at a specific thing. So like whenever I went to the store earlier, instead of like when I went to the store earlier. It's like the
Whenever.
one time that I went to the store earlier.
Well,
if you
whenever
say,
that
like,
was.
No.
Like nobody fucking remembers what time it was. Just
That's
whenever I
fine.
fucking did that thing.
Just when you went. When I went to the store earlier.
But like it's more of like a whenever. Like I don't know. Whenever that fucking time was.
Watch TikToks. Girls do it all the fucking time.
Oh, I
And
bet.
it makes me so mad.
People do also too all the time. You do it.
Do I?
Yeah, I've heard you say it. And I'm like,
Tell me next time. That's annoying.
or when they say, basically whenever you're saying like whenever, you're saying like multiple things, like there are multiple lots of, I can't think of an example, but people do it all the time. It's like a specific way that people say that they have multiple options to choose from. Maybe it's multiple options. Like, of course, there's multiple. It's options.
Oh, yeah. Like it's plural.
Yeah.
You know what gets me? And you do
Like
it
we're just
every
going on
time.
a rant.
This is just
Hey,
time to vent.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
another one that you do.
What?
If you say it was 7 a.m. in the morning,
Like, obviously.
fucking obviously. That's why you
what
said
AM.
a.m. or p.m.
But what if people go by, like, the military time and they are, have to be reminded, like, AM means
They have to
morning.
be reminded how to tell time
Yeah.
the normal way.
Yeah. Like when somebody is like,
Someone's like, I've been in the military too long.
somebody's like,
I can't
it's
do it now.
13 o'clock. And you're like, that's 1 o'clock p.m. In the afternoon for
Yeah.
the rest of us.
Yeah, but that's p.m. That's it. Period.
7 a.m. in the morning,
Post meridian.
according to my globe.
Gets me every fucking time.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
son
that's
of a
true.
bitch.
That's true.
But I've heard everybody do it. I've heard a lot of people do
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, is that how you're supposed to say it? Because then it's got me questioning myself. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to fall for that shit.
I'm not doing
It's too many
it.
words.
Yeah.
quit
It's
trying to
so
boost
many
your
extra
word
words
count.
you don't need.
Yeah.
You are trying to hit a word count in your essay. Oh my God.
Also, I say also too when I'm going like also too tambien.
Yeah. Okay, but listen, that's just like you rambling.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
I
just
get
like-
that. But
yeah,
people
too
do
many
it all the
times.
time. Actually, I was in a group project in college with a girl that did it all of the fucking time. Like anytime she wanted to like pin on to whatever you're talking about because you're like collaborating, right? Like, oh, I have an idea. And what about this? Blah, blah, blah. She would always start it with also too. That's probably why I have the pet peeve because I'm just like, just say your thing.
She sounds like a person.
Yeah.
A specific type of person.
She was. She actually turned out to be really nice.
They usually are.
But at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a
Nightmare. It's going to be a long one.
It's gonna be a long one. That group project was actually very interesting. There was like a fucking fight, and I watched it unfold.
Within the group?
Oh yeah, like
Ooh.
2 guys fucking went at it.
Really?
Yeah,
How
'Cause
fun is
It's
that?
a group project. Like half the people don't pull their weight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that was happening. And one guy was yelling at the other guy for not pulling his weight. And the other guy was like, I came up with a fucking genius idea. And the other guy was like, you said one goddamn word. You haven't done anything since.
nowhere without me.
Which, like, they both were making valid points. And I was just, like, eating my popcorn, like, and then what he say?
I remember I heard him. I heard him say that.
Yeah, you did. Say it again. Yeah,
Remember when
actually, you're right now. Now you're right. Like, I
think-
was just
I
enjoying
think he
it.
called you a twat earlier.
Yeah. Get the jelly, you twat. Dane! You
Get
need to
in
love
here.
us.
Yeah.
Someday Dane will find this and he's going to be like, these weird ass chicks are oddly obsessed with me.
There's like at least one Dane Cook joke hidden in all of our episodes. Not hidden, it just happens to be there.
The amount of times I listened to that fucking stand-up while working at Surf City Squeeze.
Oh, yeah. Just slinging smoothies.
Slinging smoothies. Itchy as asshole. Back in the day. Always on a Wednesday.
Always on a Wednesday.
I just remember hearing him his little bit about an itchy asshole, and I thought it was like the funniest fucking thing in the world.
I remember you showed it to me on my way to community college. And I was like, this is now my life.
Yeah.
This will be my next fucking 47 years.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
And it has
47
been.
yet.
So far, yeah.
So far, so good.
It's a good ride.
Yeah,
it's a good
we're
ride.
here, guys. We're here for the Dane Cook train.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know what that means, but
hang on.
I'd like to take that back.
I'm not here for that. I am married happily.
Oopsies.
Oh, have you seen that TikTok? Have you seen that TikTok? That's like when he says he likes trains, and then the girl goes, whoo, whoo.
Oh, yeah.
And does a perfect fucking train.
Yes. Can I tell you?
And then it always stitches to someone else who's like,
try. So, okay, this is like really weird, but there is a case that I have committed to doing to a certain listener that I still have yet to do. By the way, I fucking bought the documentary and watched it.
I bought a whole ass book for a case that I plan to do.
I bought like a whole ass book for one also. But anyway, so I watched the documentary and I was like, oh my God, okay, this gives me a lot of information. And then I had an amount of time to watch it in to get it, and I didn't fucking meet the timeline. So I have to rent it again. Whatever. Fucking Amazon Prime that shit again. And there's just not a lot of information on the internet about it. So anyway, long story fucking short, the dude in the documentary could make a train sound with his mouth. And in the documentary, which for the record, not to be an asshole, but it's kind of like a cheesy documentary, like the reenactments are like,
Oh, I hate those.
oh my God. Yeah, they're interesting. And so
You're like, holy shit, is this crime scene footage? And then you see like Mary in the background.
no, it's not.
Damn it.
But the main character, the like killer or whatever, makes the whistle sound. And when they're recording it, they like show the actor going like, and they make the like perfect train sound. Yeah. And I just remember thinking like, that's so fake, whatever. And then now seeing the chick, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It is his predecessor.
Do you know what I did literally all day on the drive home today?
Try to make this
Try to
sound.
make fucking train sounds.
Does your throat hurt?
No, I'm getting pretty good.
Hit me with one. Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
No, don't get all shy now. Hit me with your best fucking train sound.
Okay.
This is about to blow.
Do it
my
away from the mic.
No, oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's not very good, and I might have to do it a couple times to get that right.
Okay. That's okay.
It's-
Everybody can start somewhere.
This is gonna be a fucking screenshot. I'll cover my mouth.
Who cares?
I can't do it now.
Yes, you have to.
My palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti.
Vomit on your sweater already. I refuse to read my...
It sounds like it in my ears. You can't hear it? You gotta do it up. My kid goes, it doesn't sound like a train, Mom.
It doesn't. Let me tell you what it sounds like. Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready? It sounds
Does
like
it
this.
sound like me going, whoo? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like she's like, no, I got better ones.
My friggin' thing keeps crackling. I can't do it. I tried so hard. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Oh my God, you got a little more air on that one. I'm pretty sure you have to like kind of whistle, right?
Oh, it's not even the hole. Okay, let's see if that... Oh, that feels better. Doesn't that feel better, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you know. Now I'm here. I think you just crackled my mic again.
I know. It makes my ears itch. Like my throat vibrates and it makes my ears itch. I hate it. I don't. You know when you go and you like your lips itch? Your upper lips.
Did you know you've never bitten down on anything in your life?
Did you know that your brain, I got this from a TikTok, so do not think that I'm a genius, but did you know that your brain knows where all of your organs are in your body right now, but refuses to tell you where your organs are?
Oh, I was going to say, no, it doesn't, because I don't know where the fuck my spleen is.
Listen, and now you're surprised that your brain is acting surprised that it didn't know that.
Oh, shit. How does she know?
Yeah, it's fucking weird, right? Hold up, brain. Also,
I mean, it, like, knows like a map of my insides.
yeah,
Sure.
but you
like,
don't. Like, where the fuck's your pancreas?
It couldn't tell me to turn left or anything, but it doesn't really know where my pancreas is. It just knows it's downstairs.
It knows where your pancreas is.
I don't think it does.
It's telling your pancreas to do shit.
I mean, kind of. Your brain's not. Your pancreas just does it.
Oh, my ear just fell out.
Your what?
Also, I listened to another TikTok that I was allegedly high for, and they were explaining. I don't even know, like quantum physics. I don't even think that's what it is.
Real quick, 3 minutes.
Yeah, real quick. And it was like too much for my brain to understand, but also has been fucking with me all day. And it was that, listen, there's smarter people out here who really know what this is, but there was like a study or some shit done where they like shot fucking electrons to like through a slit or something like that. And I don't know how they know this or observed this, but if you are looking at the electrons, it would like go into like a pinpoint, right? Like it would collapse into a single point, and that is where the electron would live and exist. But if you're not observing it, if you're not looking at it, it would exist all throughout that slit or something like that. So then the theory...
I wish you would stop saying slit.
Or slit. So then the theory or whatever is that like your universe only exists when you observe it. So you technically create your whole fucking universe just by observing it. So you can observe yourself fucking earning $1 million and make it exist. I don't know how, but I
Is this
will
like wish it, want it, be it, or whatever?
It was
Fucking
more
Brian
like literally
Griffin's
like
book?
scientifically speaking, because you are like electrons make up atoms and atoms make up you. Like this whole like fucking inception thing. Like you create it then by observing it. See, listen, I can't even re-explain it because I was so fucking high, but I can't stop thinking about it. Like, oh, okay, this fucking mic just exists in another goddamn dimension, and because I look at it, it's like, thoop, here you go. Here it is.
You wanted those?
Like,
You
what
wanna use
happened
this?
in that other dimension is somebody else like, where the fuck my mic go?
That's where Brandon's fucking belts go all the time. And his shoes, and his keys, and
Fucking
his phone,
socks.
and his socks.
Oh my
and
God.
Literally
All my
anything
kids'
that he
socks.
puts down.
Somebody else is observing all of my kids' socks in their universe.
Yeah, well, someone is observing all of my husband's shit. Where is it? Literally, where did you take it off?
I don't know. Stop observing
It's a
it,
belt.
other person.
How many places are you taking that off?
Listen, I've gone into some deep dives, too, about, like, the universe and the multiverse and all this shit and, like, how it's
And
created.
the ocean floor, apparently.
It's what I do.
Apparently.
Like, instead of being like, let's learn how to do this couples dance, I'm like, hang on, I'm just going to learn quantum physics in 3 minutes. And then attempt to re-explain it to you so it'll fuck with your brain.
In like 14 minutes.
And be entirely wrong about the whole thing. Did I Google this experiment? No. I just fucking trusted this TikTok bitch. She's not a bitch. Sorry.
I mean, she might be. I don't know her.
I don't know her at all.
She might be.
Anyway, that's my life altering.
Mine is like crackheads, and they're like, you gonna get that? And I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh my God, I send you those when I'm really high. When you don't expect it.
Those are good.
Oh my God, it's the
That's
best.
all my TikTok is. That and the couples dances, but it's like 2 chicks.
Because we best friends.
Oh, man.
So
Well,
you want to give me your goddamn?
Sure, I will. So, there is a fucking mouse in my house. There is a mouse, not in my house, in my office, which is arguably worse.
Yeah, it's also your house during the day.
Yeah, it's my day house. I have a fucking mouse in there, and I know on account of there was a little shit on my desk.
No!
On my desk.
You can't trust anything now.
On my
You
desk.
have to wash your hands all of the time.
I mean, I do that because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
But also, now I have to come in and fucking sanitize my entire keyboard that literally no one else touches except for me and fucking this mouse.
Well, mice run through shit and piss.
That's all they do. They just pee and then they wiggle their ass through it. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Super fucking gross.
That sucks. Have you seen it, or you just saw the
No, I
little
just saw
rice?
a little shit and I was like, not today, motherfucker. So then I called Brandon and I was like, I got a fucking mouse. And he was like, okay,
I'll be there in 10.
here's what we got to do. It's
Okay.
going to take at least 3 days. And I was like, stop right there. He's like, we're going to
We
need
are
cameras.
not
And I'm like,
doing
you need to
anything.
not. So his idea of catching a mouse is like, let's put a camera down and some food, and then we'll see how many mice we're dealing with. We'll tag them, you know, so we know.
He observes all of his prey.
Literally.
Like, he is a serial killer.
He is a serial killer.
Yes. Like,
I have a camera up under my house right now, observing if we have any mice. He put out dog food.
I believe you.
To be like, do we have any mice?
Yeah, put it right in front of this lens.
Yeah, literally.
I know.
And no, we don't. So great job last time.
It's just like rolling through the footage.
Right? Well, it alerts us if there's movement. But he's like, you got to observe it, see how many, and then you set up the appropriate amount of traps. And also you got to set up the traps, unfucking set, so that they get used to having the food and they get familiar with the
really
traps.
Gaining their trust.
Literally, he was like, it's going to take at least 3 days. And I was like, can you just give me like 3 traps and I'll set them?
Why don't you ask your boss? Like, hey, can you get an exterminator in here? There's rat shit on my keyboard.
Well, because I was like, I'll be able to catch it and then just fucking unalive it real quick with the mousetrap. I don't know. I just wanted to handle it myself because I love my boss, but it's very much like a let me handle this kind of situation. And I'd rather just be done. Like, I don't want to talk about it a lot to other people. Like, I want to talk about it to you.
Yeah.
But if you have, like, a solution to my problem, I don't want to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I guess I do know. I don't know.
You don't know? Son of a bitch. I don't know. Maybe it's my face where, like, people want to tell me, like, okay, here's what you're going to do. And then they run through everything. And I'm like, you could have said that in a minute. But you took 14.
See, that's what I'm saying, though, is, like, you make it not your problem. Like, I just work here. This is an unsafe condition. Somebody fix it. And then you walk away.
Yeah, but I can't. Because it would just be me in my office trying to do my work and then them setting up the traps. And they'd be like, here's how you set up a trap because this is life advice.
No.
And I'd be like, you know what? Google has the same advice.
Yeah. No. You hire a motherfucker to get in here.
I can't do that.
I want it to be a reality TV show exterminator. Thank you. And
live action. Yeah. Well, anyway, so then I got the mouse traps and Brandon fucking hot glued some dog food onto him and he's like, this will really get him, you know? Then you don't have to like put peanut butter on it or whatever.
He's getting so excited.
Oh, he was super
He's
pumped.
eating this shit up.
And then
it's how you guys bond.
He was like, he handed me them and I put them in a bag along with some rubber gloves because I was like, I don't want to touch that shit if I do catch anything. And then I looked at him and I said, does YouTube know how to set these? Because that's
oh God,
that's how I'm gonna learn.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've never set
Is it just a standard mousetrap?
Yeah, but I've never set one before. Like
okay.
I've always just watched people do it and I've never done it myself. So I would watch a quick like little fucking brush up on it, set that shit. Can't be that hard. People have been doing it for hundreds of years.
You'll spend more time fucking typing in the YouTube than if you just let Brandon show you real quick.
Well, and that was where he was like, I can show you. And he was kind of grumpy that morning. And I was like, okay, fine. And then he showed me. And he tried to explain it in far more words than he needed to as well.
Like fold this down, slip this in there.
Yeah, but he's like, and then you only hold it on this side, see? And then if it snaps, you know, your fingers aren't over here. And I'm like, I understand. Don't hold it from that. Don't hold it from the fucking snappy side. Got
like
it.
You're a kid.
Yeah, like okay, move on now. What's the next step?
Or you just let it go really fast.
Yeah, like, ooh, almost got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he kept doing the like, see,
as you
and then
shake
if you're holding
and
it
tremble
like this,
trying to pull the spring down.
Right. Either way, caught a mouse.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you exterminate it?
Well, I mean, yeah, the trap did.
Oh, I mean, like, did you throw the whole trap away or did you reset the trap?
You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah. No. It's pretty gross.
Is that gross? Are you not supposed to reuse them?
No, I think you are. It's just like, you know, if anything comes out, you know.
Oh, yeah. I was going to put one on my desk and 2 behind my trash can to be like, he's probably fucking digging with the trash or whatever, right? Like, mice live near trash.
For sure.
And then he's definitely been on my desk because there was a shit on my desk. So then I was going to put it on my desk. And then, like, right before I said it, I was like, what if it fucking breaks its neck and sprays blood everywhere? I don't want that shit on my keyboard. So then I did not put it on my desk.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. And then I set that shit up again, and I left them set up. Now I have 3 live mouse traps in my office.
Ooh, I wonder how many mice you have.
No, I don't think I have any more.
How big was it?
It was just a little guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We have gophers all over our fucking yard. They come and go. Lee gets so excited to catch them.
So does Brandon.
And he has like this fucking archaic trap thing that like spears him through the head. Sorry, PETA. But he gets so excited whenever he sees a fresh hole. It doesn't matter what time of day. He could be running late for work and he's like, hold up, gonna go set the gopher trap.
Gotta get him.
Gets so fucking stoked. I literally sent him a picture of his dead game. You know, like, hey, you caught the guy. He was so big.
They are big.
Then my brother came over and I had to like go in the backyard, whatever, open the back gate, blah. Doesn't even matter. It's not relevant that it was my brother at all. Don't even know why I told you that. But as I was opening the back gate, I looked down and there's a dead gopher in the corner. Chelsea had caught another fucking gopher.
Ew.
But I'm pretty sure it had been dead. It looks all wet and shit. Like, my backyard got wet and it drowned. Maybe Lee fucking put a hose. I don't know. But I think she's
like Caddyshack in it.
After they're dead. Yeah.
Ugh, that's gross.
Yeah.
She might probably smell them when they're dead in there.
Yeah, and she's
That's
like,
nasty.
that smells nice.
Ugh.
That smells so nice.
It's so nasty. Yeah, but I'm a big, strong woman. And then
You are.
I told my boss, I said, I caught a mouse in the office. And he said, what? How? And then I mimed fucking catching a mouse with my hands. And then he got horrified. He was like, you did it with your hands? And I was like, no, I'm not fucking stupid. I used a trap. And he was like, oh.
I befriended him. His name is Tom.
Yeah. I lured him in with my friendship. What do you mean?
Yeah.
How? How did I catch it? Fucking cornered him first.
Oh, my God. Well, you want to hear my goddamn?
I want nothing more.
It happened today while I was working in the middle of the goddamn workday.
Oh, no.
Right before a fucking big meeting.
Oh, no.
I'm sitting there minding my own goddamn business. My desk is facing a wall. So, like, the whole universe is to my back, right? Like, if you're going to murder me, I'll never see it coming.
Yeah.
Well, I hear a bunch of banging going around the house. And at first I'm like, is this an earthquake? Like, is this an earthquake? It's really loud.
Do you know what it was?
What?
Go on.
Okay, I'm like, is this a earthquake? What is going on? And then Chelsea looked too, and she started kind of like barking or like getting all riled up. Mm-hmm. And it sounded like a motherfucking like grown ass adult running across my roof down the house. I got terrified because I was like, somebody's in the attic, obviously. Even though you can't.
I don't know how they got in there, and I don't know how they're running. But
even though you can't stand up. And then I was like, it sounded, at first I was like, my brain was like, oh, there's like workers on the roof because we had solar put on like semi recently. So that sound is like in my brain. And then I quickly was like, Jesus Christ, somebody's running across the roof. And so I ran out front and I had my phone and I called Lee at work because I'm fucking terrified that I'm about to be murdered. I have PTSD, guys. I obviously overreact. But anyway, so I call Lee and I'm like, hey, I know you're really busy at work. I'm just really scared. Like, I just heard a grown-ass fucking human run across the roof. And I was like looking at the roof and he's like, what? I'm like, I don't see anybody. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like still giving him play-by-play. Like, if I die, call 911. You know? Like,
If I don't answer you.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to get in the backyard and none of our fucking gates will open. I eventually get back there because I'm thinking, well, obviously they ran in the backyard.
Yeah.
Duh, they fucking heard me scramble out of the house and they jumped off the roof to fucking scale my fences. Whatever. So I run in the backyard and I'm scared, like, like fucking bursting in, like, try to kill me, motherfucker, you know?
I'm crazy.
And I'm on the phone with Lee, like, I'm going to the backyard. And he's just like, okay, it's really busy at work. And I'm like, well, just don't hang up. Like, whatever you got to do, just don't hang up in case I fucking die. And so I go in the backyard, there's nothing. And then I, like, climb up on a ladder so I can see on top of the roof and there is nothing. Like, there's nobody up there. And I'm like, I swear to fucking God, there was a human adult running across the roof. I heard it run down the house. And he was like, it was probably a cat. No, it was not a fucking cat. There was a human on my roof. Anyway, so I fucking realized that I'm now 6 minutes late for a meeting because all this happened right before my meeting and I'm terrified. And I'm like, okay, don't hang up. I'm going to go through all the rooms of the house, whatever. And I'm like kicking on the door, like, fuck with me. Okay, we're just in the bathroom. Everything's fine. Like the kids' rooms were terrifying to go into because they have shit everywhere. And I'm like, this is the perfect place to hide.
Anyone could hide in here. What is that, a coat? No,
yeah,
it's
like ripping open the curtains. Like, okay, we're okay. Anyway, so I check all the rooms. I'm like, okay, I got to go because I have to go to this meeting. But I'm fucking scared. And like I said, my desk is against a wall. So like the whole world behind me, somebody could be like, "Wait." And so I'm sitting there. I hang up with Lee. I'm on my call. It's hard for me to focus. And it's like a meeting that I have to actually participate in.
Sorry.
It's all good. And while I'm in this meeting, all of a sudden I hear a crash in the kitchen. Oh, I forgot to mention that when I came back inside of the house, I realized that the back door had been open the whole fucking time.
No.
So even if they jumped off the roof, they are now in my house 100%, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I hear something crash in the kitchen and Chelsea hears it too. Like, I am not fucking crazy. I'm not making this shit up and I'm not over exaggerating. Like,
yeah,
there was a human running across my roof. Like something happened.
Yeah.
And anyway, so something crashed in the kitchen and I like jumped up, ran out back this time. Because for whatever reason in my mind, I'm like, okay, just don't die in the house. Like die outside where everybody can hear me.
They'll
and
never
see
be
me.
able to resell it if I die in this house.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I have a better chance, you know?
Like run away.
Yeah.
You can't open those fucking gates. You think you could scale that shit if a murderer was coming?
No, but I could scream.
You could scream inside your house.
I have people.
You have a fucking 100-year-old neighbor and then a neighbor that does not care.
Yeah, I know, I'm fucked. So, but for whatever reason in my mind, it's just like, you know how people who are in earthquakes, they're like, oh, I want to run outside so nothing can follow me. And people are like, oh my God, you're going to fall in a crack in the earth. And you're like, oh, I'll fucking walk away from that shit.
Deal with that
happens.
when that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like an irrational thing in my brain.
Yeah.
So, run outside. The meeting is still going on, by the way.
You're
I
like,
fucking
"All right."
bailed. Yeah. And then...
Was the camera on?
No,
thank
no, it
God.
wasn't. And I was on mute, thank God. But anyway, so I eventually like slink back in the house because I'm like, what the fuck was that? It was something in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I just went back to my life. And so my house is haunted, is what I'm going to tell you.
Do you want to know what it was?
What? You know?
Yeah.
Was this a thing? Was it an earthquake? Because I Googled and there was no earthquakes.
It was not an earthquake.
What was it?
And I don't know what exactly it was, but I was at work and we have like roll-up garage doors.
Yeah.
And it started to like kind of shake. And sometimes because I keep my door locked all the fucking time because I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't want to get murdered.
Yeah.
But if I'm in the warehouse area where the garage door is, if people knock at the office door, I can't hear it. So then they'll come around and they'll knock on the garage door.
Yeah.
So someone like kind of touched it or whatever. And I was like, oh, whatever. It's just the kids outside doing the fucking baseball thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they like kept doing it and it was like persistent now. And so then it like got harder and they were banging on the garage door. And so then I went outside, like I went
Like,
to
what the
fucking see if
fuck?
someone was out there, you know, like, oh, I guess I didn't hear somebody. So I went out there and the neighbor came out at the exact same time because his garage door was doing the exact same thing.
Oh.
It was
So
not windy.
You have ghosts also.
The very first thing he said was, is it windy? And I said, no. Because I was looking around like there's no fucking wind. And he's like, my garage door did this. And I was like, so did mine. Brandon was playing golf at fucking out in like Julian or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said that there was like 4 or 5 like giant booms. And then he could like feel it in his chest. It was like sonic booms. And it was at the fucking same time. So that's what I was
time
feeling.
was that?
Like 3 to 4.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, so that's what it was. It was a fucking sonic boom or whatever going over your house. I have no idea what it was, but someone posted about it, I think, on Reddit or something. On like the San
Oh.
Diego subreddit that was like, what the fuck was that? Don't know what it was. It was like the military
Was it
doing testing
multiple
or something.
booms?
Yeah, it was like 4 or something. So then that could have been like
As
a
they were-
wave, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I swear to God, I was like, that shit, I heard it go down the house.
yeah, that's what it was.
Oh my God, my house
Guaranteed.
isn't haunted.
You're welcome.
My kitchen might be haunted.
Maybe. That might be different.
Yeah.
There's a cat in your kitchen or a bird. I'll get it later.
You will catch it later. You're good at that. You're good at like small animals.
You know?
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
I'm like a Disney princess.
Well, now I'm going to Google this when I can't fall asleep after this because we've had 1,800 cups of coffee.
You should. Yeah, tell me if you learn what it is.
Okay, I will. Lee was just like, it was a cat. Like, he keeps
was not a
brushing it
cat.
off. And I'm like, you
You
know.
don't even have like a fucking tree that a cat would jump from.
Well, even if it was a cat, it wouldn't have made that fucking noise.
And it wouldn't have gotten up there. How?
No.
Why?
It was literally like thump, 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 like down the roof. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is that?
Yeah.
And literally at first I thought it was an earthquake. And then because I heard it going down and it was making like thuds, not just like like creaking or whatever, I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
this house.
We looked immediately after because I was like, maybe it was a fucking earthquake. That shook literally nothing but our garage door. No idea. So I think it was like the sonic boom from whatever the fuck Brandon heard.
Well, we're going to have to Google that shit. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
At least I could give you a little bit of a...
Yeah, I'll sleep better tonight knowing that somebody doesn't live in my attic.
Yeah.
Lee was like, impossible, they can't run. And I'm like, I don't care about your logic right now. I just don't want to die.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I just rubbed all my fucking eyeliner off.
Ooh, I like it. So,
Smoky eye.
so
I kind of have to
smoky.
pee.
Okay, let's do it. I could pee.
Okay.
I love peeing.
I do
It's my
too.
favorite pastime. Yoink.
Yoink.
Zoinks.
Jeepers, mister. You're really strong. Is that what they say?
I don't really know. I don't even know what that's from. Is
From
that
Hercules. Jeepers, mister. You're really strong.
Ooh, it's cold out here. You know what I mean? Flip that flop on, yeah? Yo.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
Yo. Yo.
Yo. Yo. Yo. Yo.
It's getting hot in here. Take off all your clothes.
I'm getting so hot. Oh,
Tell me about it.
okay. I'm out of breath.
My pit sweats are getting bigger.
Oh no, I'm fucking freezing from that journey. How do you have sweat?
Also, I said Brandon was playing golf out near Julian is where he heard the booms. I think I said Julian. I meant Hummel, not Julian.
You did say Julian, and I was like,
He goes all the way out there to golf?
okay.
Sure, why not?
And immediately I picture like the Julian. Oh,
What?
I just got a text from the lady who takes care of my children. And I told her about the ghost on my roof. And she just texted me, dude, I can't stop thinking about the footsteps on your roof.
Well, sorry. Here's the thing about that. Is
I'm gonna
I think
text
I solved
her.
the fucking mystery.
I know, very exciting.
Ooh, sorry, everyone.
Content as I text. Okay, I'll stop texting now.
It's okay.
Okay, so now that we solved that fucking mystery, do you want to hear my case this week?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you'll not believe what happens over you.
Every time someone calls out one of our fucking little sayings,
Yeah?
it makes me self-conscious to never say it again.
What is it that we say?
You will not believe what I have in store for you.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, we say the same thing over and over again, but it's the basis of our appeal.
I
So,
mean,
whatever.
So I have been hanging out with you for fucking 77 years.
Whatever. Say the same shit. Whoa.
Ooh, what?
It's like flashing different colors over there. Is that just the TV? Hey, you know what I just
What
thought
is
of?
it? Oh, it's those lights. What'd you think of?
Well, now I'm confused about what you're saying. See it? How the
Yeah.
color's changing?
Yeah.
Is it just the lights?
You know, I don't think it is the lights.
No, I don't think so either. But what I was going to say, is it like all of the TV or is it just our video? Maybe I should go plug those things in real quick.
Plug
But
what things in?
like all the cords, you know, make sure they're plugged in nice and tight.
Oh, yeah, get them. Nice and
I
tight.
don't think I saved
Twait
this
like a twigga.
to any file. Oh, sorry. Fucking arm.
Is it start recording?
Yeah, it's recording, but like I didn't save it to the right file.
Mm.
I just saved it to the last file, so hopefully it exists. Did it stop? Exactly what you guys pay for, right?
No, it did not stop.
Still doing it?
Maybe it was focusing farther and, like, closer and farther?
Don't steal my fingerprints.
Ooh. Ooh.
Did I mess it up?
Yeah, it's real blurry now.
Be interesting. Be interesting far away. Into frame. Hacha. Just Jack. What the fuck?
Why is it so blurry?
Is our camera going out on us?
Oh, it's real blurry.
It's just
Do it.
straddling.
Do it slow. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now
Which
you
one
got
look at
it.
now?
Now you
wanna
got
look
it.
over here?
Ooh, yeah.
You want to look over here?
Yeah, I
You
do.
want to look over here?
Yeah.
You want to look over here?
Okay. Yeah.
Did it work?
No, it's still doing it.
That's so weird.
I mean, it worked. Now it's focused back here.
Maybe
think.
it's just the TV.
Focus on something else on the TV that's like white or light.
Like, get rid of this.
Whoa.
Just close everything out? Whatever. It's just, if it's flashy, it's flashy.
Sorry if it's flashy.
We'll fix it next time if it's flashy.
I just think of Dylan with his fucking the microphones. They didn't have anything flashier.
The, like, flashy ass microphones I bought. Oh, dialing.
Oh, dialing.
My belly kind of hurts from all this coffee we drank.
Yeah, I kind of got the jitters.
Oh, hey. I'm glad you can make it.
If you're just finishing a sip of your drink, I don't want to hear it.
Red flag. Okay. Ugh. Let's get back to some more of our taglines
Yeah. You will not believe what I have in store for you.
after I get comfy here.
Is it a 2 first name having motherfucker?
He's a 2 first name having motherfucker. Yeah. Oh. Just gonna eat my mic. Okay. All right. So,
okay.
yeah.
Let's
Sorry
do
about it. Okay. Sorry about it. No, it's really glitching.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I wonder if it'll show after. Maybe it's your ghost. Maybe you really are haunted and it's like, bitch, what did I say?
Are you my ghost? I don't know what's yes and what's no.
I
So
was going to say flash if you are.
listen, if they can't see anything, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Yeah.
Trust us. Just trust us. Okay, so this week, I'm going to tell you about Deborah Liles.
All right, Debs.
Deborah.
Deborah.
Yes. Now, Deborah, I don't have any details about her childhood, really. But in 1975, fresh out of high school, she married her high school sweetheart, Michael Liles, who worked at a bank and ran a day laborer business in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means.
He is doing well for himself is what that means.
Day laborer?
Business.
Yeah.
He's like, y'all want some handymen?
I got them. Well, I mean, like, what if he's like, y'all want some maids?
That's a day laborer.
I'm a day laborer.
I mean, everyone's a day laborer.
Yeah, that's what I don't know what that means.
I think a day laborer is more of like the guy outside of Home Depot.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that like Enzi Sansari.
The guy that's like, hey, I see you got a lot of concrete. You need some help fucking laying that shit?
I can mix that shit.
But
I
he's
got
like,
a hoe.
he's like the pimp to those day laborers.
Okay.
And he's like, I got a guy.
Perhaps.
That's what I'm thinking.
I did not dig into it, but you're probably right. So now they're living in Jacksonville, Florida. So you can already tell it's going to be a fucked up story because it's Florida. And we get to know all the details because
Shout
it
out
is
to
Florida.
Florida, man.
What up, Florida man?
Spoon man.
I wish you wouldn't do that because now it's going to be stuck in my head forever.
You're welcome.
Every time I do it, like if we're having a party or something and somebody says the word spoon and I go, spoon man, every time people like chuckle and then they do it too. So we're just like perpetuating this itch on someone's brain.
It's the only way you can do it.
Spoon man.
That's the only proper response.
Spoon man. Spoon man. Okay, I got something in my eye, but I won't do the weird thing again. Okay.
All right.
Every time it's my story, I do this. Like I present a lot.
This is for my people? You're just Freddie Mercury?
I talk with my hands.
Oh, that sounded like the Grinch.
Mer.
Mer.
Mer. Okay.
Okay.
But for real.
Seriously this time.
But like, for real. So now, Debbie and Michael. Debbie. I'm going to stick with Deborah.
Debs and
Deb.
Mike.
I don't know her well enough to know if I can call her Debbie. So Deborah and Michael, they had 5 fucking kids. 5 kids. And Deborah stayed home with the kids while Michael worked to provide financially for the family. Just like your fucking standard U.S. home.
American dream, baby.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. I said the
Standard
similar
U.S.
things.
home.
I get to get there's still words.
Communism's getting to you.
It's gone. It's gone. I have no brain cells left. The Liles were a church-going family and often spoke about the scripture around the dinner table, and both Deborah and Michael were working to instill these, like, beliefs in their children about fucking be charitable and be kind to other people. Like, they were the cookie-cutter, perfect little happy family, go to church, we love God, we love people, we do things for others. Like, they were genuinely really good people, from what I could tell on the articles I read.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know them.
Okay.
Disclaimer. Someone's like, they were fucking assholes. I doubt that. Eventually, Deborah became the choir director at the Southern Baptist Church
Oh, okay.
that the family attended. Around the mid-'80s, the couple bought a fancy house in Jacksonville, Florida, in a neighborhood. And the neighbors called it the Castle.
Ooh, it was a big house?
Because of its architecture. Yes, it was a big house, but it did not look like a castle to me. It looks more of like a hacienda. Like, it's got, like, the Spanish tiles. It has archways, but, like, it doesn't look like, I think of, like, a gray castle brick with the, like
stone.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a round tower.
Yeah.
We have one of those in my neighborhood.
You do?
Yeah, we call it the castle.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Actually, there's 2 of them next to each other. Same builder. They were like, fucking twice. It's
Make
fine.
it look like a castle. Make it look like a castle.
There's literally like a fucking circle tower thing.
Maybe it did look more like a castle. I literally only saw like one screenshot of like, this is the house, But it didn't look like a castle to me. But maybe it compared to the rest of the neighborhood, it was like the biggest fucking house. I don't really know.
Everybody's castle looks different.
It was a nice house.
All right.
From the outside.
Ooh. What's happening inside?
But on the inside, turmoil. No.
Ooh.
No, it was fine on the inside.
It was also pretty nice inside. It had Spanish tiles.
There was like fucking pianos and shit, and she played piano, and
Ooh.
she'd be like...
Pianos?
Well, one.
Plural? Oh, okay.
One
Okay.
that I know of. And she'd be like, here's a little ditty by Jesus.
He wrote this one right before he died. Or after. I don't know.
Who knows? Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Basie? So dumb.
Okay.
This is one of those times where you listen back and you fucking cringe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So
Probably.
now, like I said, they were living in the castle. And as the kids grew up and got older, Deborah got a job as the music teacher in one of the public schools where her students just fucking adored her. Like, she was a really good teacher. She loved music. She instilled that in the other, like, in all the children.
She made it fun.
She made it fun. She would spend her own money to get instruments for the kids, or like she'd go to yard sales, again, spending her own money to get props for their shows, things like that. Like, she really, truly cared. And like other kids would see her in the neighborhood and be like, that's Mrs. Liles. Like, get so excited to see her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really awesome woman. This neighborhood that Liles lived in, the Liles, not just one, the whole family, it was a predominantly black neighborhood, and the Liles were white. I guess the city was a bunch of assholes. Literally, that's what I wrote. Okay, so I guess the city was like a bunch of assholes or something, and they prevented black businesses from winning any of the city contracts.
That's fucked up.
And fucking right. And they didn't invest in any of the local schools or businesses. So slowly, this neighborhood became really ran down and kind of ridden with crime.
Yeah.
But the Liles didn't want to move for two reasons. One,
They have a castle.
they have a fucking castle. Three reasons. One, they have a castle. Two, they raised their family in the castle. Like, this was like a sentimental value to them.
Yeah.
And three, they didn't want to feed into this like racial thing of like, oh, this is a black neighborhood, whatever. Like, they were good.
Make your city better or your town better.
Yeah, like, this is my neighborhood. This is my community. I care about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave just because fucking the city doesn't and they're giving up on it. So, that's that little bit. One day in 1993, while Deborah was home alone, someone by the name of Curtis Head came knocking on her door looking for some work.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh, hey, my husband, he's a fucking day laborer, and when he gets home, I'm sure he'll pay you to do some yard work around here. Well, Curtis was like, nope, fuck that shit, and he rushed in.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and punched Deborah.
Rude.
And started choking her. She immediately gave him $50 in cash, her wedding ring, her car keys. Literally was like, you can have anything you need. Just like, leave me alone. Keep me, like, don't hurt me anymore. I fucking take it all. It's not worth my life. So Curtis then took her purse strap and a vacuum cord and tied her up and fled the scene.
Okay.
Somehow the police get called, and when they arrive, Deborah was obviously bound and covered in blood, and she was like roughed up pretty bad, but still alive.
Wow.
Yeah. Curtis ended up getting life in prison for this assault, which, by the way, was just one of many crimes that he had committed.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's pretty heavy for an assault. But
Well, I think it's like he had a rap sheet, you know, and then this was like the last fucking straw. It was like, okay, you almost fucking killed a woman.
Yeah.
You're going to prison for life. Like, 3
You're
strikes, you're
dangerous.
out.
Yeah.
But he was paroled after 5 months because the prison was overcrowded.
Wow. Okay, you're going to let out the violent ones first.
I'd be fucking terrified.
That's a way to do it.
If I were Deborah, I'd be like, okay, let's lock this shit up. Let's fucking pack up and move out.
Yeah, but he's probably not going to come back to get you.
You don't know.
I don't know, but...
You don't know because maybe he's mad because he's like, oh, that lady put me in fucking prison.
Yeah, so then what? You're
Tried to
going to
put me away
finish
from
the
it.
job so that I can go right back?
I don't know.
That'd be silly.
But I'd still be afraid.
Yeah, I would too.
Yep.
But mostly just because of PTSD and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens to the dude.
I feel like I would have been afraid either way.
Valid fucking point. So now the family continued to live in the castle, and they continued to experience random burglaries here and there. Like
Oh, that
CDs would get
sucks.
stolen from their car. And oddly, a gazebo got stolen from their backyard.
A
somehow.
whole ass gazebo?
Whole ass gazebo.
Did they take it down?
This is fine. I don't know.
Did you watch it get stolen? And
I
you're
don't
like,
know.
fuck,
Just
they're
like
on the last
fucking
nail.
one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Like the gazebo's looking a little
Sparse.
different. Yeah.
The gazebo's not really blocking the sun anymore.
Hey, hon, did this used to have a roof? Was this more than just a deck in the shape of a circle
How long
in the middle
did
of our
it
yard?
take?
I don't know.
The gazebo foundation is left.
I didn't know you could just steal those.
I mean, maybe a really small one? I feel like you
Is
would
that a
need
different,
to,
like a palapa? Is that a different word? Are we just using the wrong word?
Like a cabana? Was it just an umbrella?
It wasn't even like an outside umbrella.
Whoa, was that a gazebo? Look at this rich bitch over here. Their fucking gazebo. It's an umbrella.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't fucking know, but evidently a whole ass gazebo got stolen from their backyard.
Okay. I imagine it had to be piece by piece. They must not have been home for like a couple days.
Maybe they went on vacation.
Yeah. They came back like, we used to have a gazebo, right?
Hey, hon, I was coming outside to have my morning coffee and I noticed something important is missing.
Out at the gazebo.
It's
and
just
it
a chair.
seems the bench is now under nothing.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
So anyway, they keep living in the house even though it's getting burglarized and everything. But they're still like emotionally tied to the house. They don't want to leave the neighborhood, whatever. Mm-hmm. Then on March 23rd, 2017. Now at this point, all the kids are grown up. They've moved out, whatever. Deborah and Michael are living in their empty nest castle, whatever. Living
Big
their
empty
best life.
castle.
Mm-hmm. So it's March 23rd, 2017. Deborah was home alone again. And at this point, I already said that. And at this point, all the kids are gone. And at this point, she's 62 years old, I believe.
Okay.
24-year-old Adam Lawson Jr., who had just finished serving a 6-year prison stint for burglary, was walking around the neighborhood just looking for a prime opportunity to do some more burglaring. So he was like, I haven't done this shit in 6 years. I got to scratch to itch. Got to itch to scratch. I got some shit to do. I'm busy. I need to be busy. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get busy.
Yeah. Let's steal some shit.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like if I just spent 6 years in prison, I'd be like, you know what I want to do? Not go back. But
tone it the fuck down.
I think that's the difference between me and someone in prison.
Yeah, probably. Also, I think that like people in prison, a lot of times it might be like their way of life, like how they survive. Like I have to steal shit to get money because I can't get a fucking job because I just spent 6 years in prison for stealing shit.
Yeah, I feel that.
Not that it's right, but I think that's like the cycle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know. Anyway, so.
I'm not a rocket surgeon.
But I do know that Adam was like, I have an idea. I'm going to steal some shit.
You know what worked before until I got caught?
Stealing shit. So he was like, I'm going to go fucking find some shit to steal. Now, a little bit about Adam's background. He didn't grow up in the nicest of households. His mom was addicted to drugs, and he grew up in a house where she left them laying around often.
Drugs?
Drugs.
Okay.
And
like the kids?
What did she leave laying around? Yeah. You put it in a descriptive.
Help.
No, but seriously, she also did that because Adam had stumbled upon her drugs and consumed them as a child and was even, I think I read, he was like found wandering on the highway or some shit at the age of 4. And people were like, where is your adult?
Yeah.
Like, where is your keeper? What is going on here?
That's scary.
So obviously he fucking had a rough childhood. I think as a teenager, he continued to do drugs and get into a lot of trouble and even was hospitalized for a drug overdose.
Oh, God.
So he was never really given a fighting chance in life.
Yeah.
Like his upbringing was total fucking shit.
Yeah.
And now he just spent 6 years in prison for stealing shit and he's looking to do some burgling.
Okay. Fuck, man, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. So it turns out that Adam had... Beautiful. Am I good?
Yeah, you're
Does
good.
it really sound like a train in your head?
With headphones on, even more.
Because it's like...
rattles it weird.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Does it really sound like a train in your head?
I forgot where I left off, but I was like holding a thought so you wouldn't have to piece it together, but now you have to piece it together. Sorry, past Aaron, you have to go back and delete something. Because, like I said, he got out of prison. He actually found a home. Oh, fuck. Sorry. So like I said, he had just gotten out of prison and he actually was able to find a home in a close by trailer park that was about a mile away from Deborah's castle house.
Okay.
So he was living really close by, staking the place out.
And he was like, is that a fucking castle?
Scoping the joint out. Saw the castle. He's like,
I'm gonna burgle that bitch.
Ding ding. I'm gonna burgle that bitch. It's like somebody about to eat a burger or something. I'm gonna eat that fucker. I'm gonna burglar that bitch.
Let's get it.
Oh, how
Let
sad.
us feast.
Exactly. So he's scoping the joint out. He sees that the castle's back door is unlocked.
Ooh.
And so-
ma'am, you've already been assaulted and burgled once.
You should be able to be in your fucking house and not have your back door locked, though.
Says the chick with the fucking person running across your roof / someone in your kitchen.
With my door wide the fuck open.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You should be
You
able
didn't
to.
close
though.
that shit?
You should be
You
able to.
closed it after, though, didn't you?
No, I was terrified. If I close it, then I can't get out of the house really quick. If the person is in the house. Mm-hmm.
Well, she knew he wasn't at that point. Lock your fucking doors.
Yeah, but you should be
I don't care where you live. Lock your
you should be
fucking
allowed
doors.
to live your life without locking your doors.
Every time I get home, the doors are locked and I have to call Brandon. Like late at night from here,
Uh-huh.
I get home and the doors are fucking locked up tight. And Brandon's like, I forgot you were gone.
Well, yeah, okay, I think that's pretty standard where we live. But, like, also, people who live in Colorado and shit, they never lock their doors.
Lock your fucking doors.
I had to yell at my mom recently because my parents never locked their doors. I grew up in a house where
Yeah.
the doors were just never fucking locked.
Lock your
So
fucking doors.
I did not have a house key growing up. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to have a house key so I can get in because now I have curfew. Just fucking open the door.
We had house keys.
Man.
My grandma told me, I said, do you want me to lock up? And she said, if you lock the door, I won't be able to get back in. We
Yep.
never lock them. And I was like, ma'am,
Yep.
ma'am.
Some people just live their life that way, so maybe that's how she lived her life. But also, she was home. She shouldn't have to lock her fucking door. But anyway.
But also, she's been assaulted. She should have the PTSD that's like, you know what? Safety first.
The assault happened like 20 years prior at this point.
Okay. I feel like I'd still have that shit. I'm not trying to victim blame because obviously I know she's about to be a victim. But like, bro, lock your doors. Lock your doors.
Also,
Fucking
it's,
PSA. Lock your doors.
also, it's speculated that he came in through the back door, I should say.
okay. On account of it was unlocked.
He probably came through the back door. Yeah. So, he's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to go into this castle and take some shit. And he didn't think anybody was home. And so,
Because the doors are fucking unlocked.
maybe you don't lock doors in Jacksonville, fucking Florida.
I'll bet you do.
You do now. You fucking do now. For fucking certain. I don't even know where Jacksonville is. Jamie,
Mississippi.
how far away is that from you? From my old life. Could you please give me a
Triangulate that.
reference? Yeah. Thank you. I could just Google it later, but I'll forget.
You're going to get a text tomorrow.
I know, I love it. Okay, so he gets inside. He doesn't realize that Deborah's home. And then all of a sudden he spots her and he's like, fuck, and he hides.
Oh.
But Deborah was like, what the fuck goes on here? I see somebody is in my house. I'm going to grab a golf club and go after him.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's
Deborah's not fucking around.
She said, fuck this shit, bitch. Call the cops.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing a golf club at you and your motherfucking...
Previous felonies.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly
Unlocked
what she
doors.
said. I imagine that's what she yelled. So she swings at him, and he said, not today. And he grabbed the golf club from her and ripped it out of her hands.
Well, yeah.
Biggest fear. That's what I fear with my little fucking mean bitch knife. Mm-hmm. Everything I read was like, you probably shouldn't carry a knife because somebody's just going to take it from you, and then you're going to get stabbed with your own knife. And I'm like, well, new fear unlocked. Mm-hmm. Still carried it with me because I was like, ha-ha, I'll try to get this. Whoops. You get up off the gun. Just dropped it.
I went to buy pepper spray, and the guy was like, you should get a taser. And I was like, the thing about that is I don't want to get tased.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he was like, then you should buy a gun. And I was like, same problem, just bigger. What? I'll just go with pepper spray.
Yeah.
If I get pepper sprayed, it'll suck, but like I'll be all right.
Yeah, like
I don't
it's
wanna
not
get-
going to be permanent damage.
Yeah, I don't want to get stabbed or
Other
tased
than
or fucking shot.
possibly trauma like PTSD.
Yeah, but that's coming anyway.
Yeah,
If you're going to
I
use
got
it.
it for anything that happens in my life.
Braden breaks too hard. And I'm like, well, here goes another one.
Seriously. Seriously. I think you can just like... I also learned that trauma is stored in the body, again from TikTok, not a doctor, didn't fact check any of this.
Mm-hmm.
But literally there's like exercises, it's called TRE, like trauma release exercise, I think is what it stands for. And people literally, like you lay on the floor, there's multiple of them, but the one I saw was like you lay on the floor doing the fucking butterfly thing. Oh my God, I almost spilled my water everywhere. Doing the butterfly thing and you slowly lift up your legs until they start shaking. And then you just like hold it there, I guess, and your whole body shakes. Like it'll fucking go to the part of your body that needs to release trauma. And it's literally releasing like the energy of the trauma that is in your body. Like it's like a physical stored thing.
This feels like snake oil.
Yeah, I don't really know if it's true, but I've watched it and I'm going to try it now that we're talking about this because I forgot that I watched that last night when I was high.
Okay. Feels like it's not going to work.
I think it's really a thing.
Feels like it's a lie.
You think so?
Feels like it's a lie. Maybe it's a thing.
How much trauma you got stored in your body? Maybe you just fucking do the butterfly and all of a sudden you're like, fucking, you can break whenever you want. I don't give a shit.
I mean, maybe.
I refuse to be activated by your brakes.
I'm filled with trauma. So, probably.
Same.
I mean, I'd try it. If it helps, fucking great. But I don't think it's, like, physically really a thing.
I also learned from my therapist, because I had to admit that I have a podcast, and she was like, what's the topic? And I was like, true crime.
Butterflies?
Yeah.
Puppies?
And she was like, that actually makes sense, because what they found when they did another fucking study that I don't know the goddamn name of, but, like, when they talked to, like, war vets, that were like in Nam and shit, the only time that they were actually animated and alive is if they were talking about that time or their trauma. Like the thing that gave them trauma, they would be really animated and like come to life. But if you talk about,
you a murderer?
Yeah, or maybe perhaps it's just surrounding death. So, you know, when I fucking don't have any grandparents. They're all dead. That's about the time I started getting interested in like forensic files and shit.
Rip.
Is that too aggressive? They've been dead for so long, you know?
Yeah, I mean, no, nothing is too aggressive for me. Are you kidding?
I literally
made a joke about my dead mom like a day ago.
I have not yet admitted to my therapist that I joke about that.
Ooh.
And love it. Like, why do I like making people uncomfortable with that?
Same.
It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
You know?
And also then people are like, holy
shit.
shit. Like, I don't know how to say I'm sorry. And you're like, did you kill her?
You double down.
Are you okay?
I always just start laughing because I'm like, oh, sorry, I made you feel awkward. Okay, anyway, on that wild tangent. Yeah. So, he grabs the golf club from Deborah.
Yeah, fucking terrifying.
Jerks it out of her hand and
like
starts to chase her down the hall. Because, mind you, she came at him while he was, you know, in the back of the house area, like towards the back door.
Yeah.
So now he's chasing her through the house, down the hall, into the kitchen.
Why wouldn't he just run out the back door? Like, take your golf club and go.
Yeah, or
You've
like
protected yourself, now get the fuck out.
Yeah, or just like, exactly, like fucking zoomy doomy. Let me get out of here.
Zippity doo dah, I'm out of here.
Later.
Peace be with you.
Zoinks. Jeepers, mister.
You're really strong.
Exactly. Anyway, so he chases her through the house into the kitchen and beats her with the golf club until her skull was crushed in and her jaw was shattered.
Jesus.
He then ran through the house, this motherfucker, stole the TVs, the laptops, a record player or a record player, some food.
Did he have a truck? Did he take multiple trips? How
he
the fuck?
took her Buick. He took her Buick. He fucking loaded that shit up. He stole food from the house. He was like, I'm going to take this too.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? While she was dead in the kitchen. It blows my fucking mind.
That's really fucked up.
So around 1, and this happened earlier in the morning. So around 1 p.m., Michael, he's at work. And he was like trying to call her around lunchtime and she wasn't picking up the phone and he was a little concerned about her. So he drives home. Mind you, he left probably like, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning for work.
Yeah.
So this happened between 7 and 1.
Ugh.
He comes home from work to check on Deborah. And when he pulls up, he notices that her Buick's gone. And he's like, that's kind of weird. And the garage door was open. And he's like, that's super weird. And so he walks to the garage and they had like a freezer in the garage. And there was just like frozen food all over the ground. And the freezer was left open because the home dude had like literally ransacked the freezer.
Did he live in a fucking barn?
Could you close it?
Bruh.
That is electricity.
Adding insult to injury.
Money does not grow on trees around here, motherfucker.
Yeah. What are you trying to cool down the neighborhood?
Okay, Dad.
Yeah, close the fucking door.
Exactly. So, did I say Curtis earlier? Because his name is Adam. Curtis was the first guy.
I don't know.
If I did, I'm sorry. I meant Adam. Anyway, so Michael walks in. He sees all this shit and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And so he walks inside and he walks into the kitchen. And the first thing he notices is his golf club laying on the ground. Like, it all kind of happened really fast, right?
He's like, that is out of place.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? And then he sees that there's blood everywhere, and then he sees Deborah's body, and he's like, holy shit. Exactly.
That sucks.
One of Deborah's daughters later had seen the crime scene photos and described her mom as, quote, laying on her white-tiled kitchen floor in a massive pool of her own blood, her ear severed, her brains exposed, her eyes black and blue, her skin bruised, and her fists clenched. Isn't that so sad?
I hate that.
He went, like, crazy. Like, he didn't just, like, whack her and run away, like, disable her and run away. He, like, murdered her on like, he went full fucking...
ham sandwich.
And he didn't even know her.
That's insane.
It's insane.
And terrifying.
Right? So Michael calls 911, and there's actually transcripts of the 911 call, and it's just so sad. He's just like, oh my God, like, she's for sure dead. She's not breathing. And they're like, don't touch anything. And he's just like, this is my wife. Like, what the fuck? They had been married for 42 years.
Aww.
Like, they were high school sweethearts. They knew each other since they were kids. He was even saying, like, she can't be dead. Like, I can't live my life without her. So sad.
Baby.
I know, so sad. The police arrive, and all of the children were called, like, immediately. I think the dad called them, and they showed up. They made it back to their childhood home to watch their mom be brought out in a body bag.
Oh, fuck,
yeah,
man.
But they obviously weren't allowed in because it was, like, all taped off,
yeah.
right? But it just, like, blows my mind to know that little fact. And this is probably some of my own fucking trauma happening, but, like, to think that that just happened, you know, like, to be at the house and watch her being carried away, and she was alive, you know, 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
And then you're, like, looking around because you know the neighbors are outside, and you're like, was it fucking you?
Well, yeah. And, like, 6 hours ago, your life was totally different.
Yeah.
Just 6 hours ago. I don't know why this shit fucking blows my mind. Also, I like space and quantum physics, so maybe that's why it, like, blows my mind.
Yeah, in an alternate universe, she's still fucking visible.
It's just weird. Like, oh my God. Like, the matter, literally, like, in a second, your whole world can change. Everybody always says that, but here's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Like, shit, man.
That's...
Or, like, when they find the victim and they're still warm, it's just, like, blows my mind.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Hate it. Okay, so the kids were obviously horrified, and they threw everything they had into finding their mother's killer.
Good.
Yes, they started asking around for access to security footage to see if they could spot the Buick in any video surveillance. Now, I probably say this somewhere, but the Buick was found 2 days after her murder, and it was, like, ditched somewhere on a street. So that's how they knew where to start. Like, okay, let's look at local businesses. And they literally found enough footage along with the police. Like, they helped the police do this.
Yeah.
They found enough footage to piece together, like, where this Buick had gone. And it was shown going into the trailer park, like, a fucking mile away, where Adam lived.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the police were like, a motherfucking clue, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that Adam lives there. We know that Adam has a fucking history of burglar and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they also had a female witness saying that, like, oh, I had talked to Adam and he had mentioned things, something like that.
Like,
so,
I just got 3 new used TVs.
Yeah, I have some questions. Yeah. So, anyway, the police had enough information to go arrest him and get a warrant to, like, check out his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or his trailer. Don't yell at me.
It says home.
You're yelling at me.
I would not.
Anyway, so...
A house is a home. Home is where the heart is.
A home.
Home is where the hearth is. Home is where the honey is.
Hey, Okay, so in his trailer, they find shoes with blood on them and a handgun. And this was enough to arrest him, right? Because he's a felon. I said he was arrested before, but the handgun is like, oh, you're a fucking felon. You're not allowed to have guns.
Yeah,
Come
can't
with
do
me.
that.
I'm going to need to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's arrested, and we're having hearings about the trial and everything, right? Like, you're pretty fucking guilty. I don't know also how they tied him to all the stolen shit. I think it was like pawn shops, other things like that. Somehow the police find out, like, okay, he definitely stole all this shit.
Yeah.
They have testimony enough to go to court and fucking try him for this murder, right?
Okay.
But before that, they're having all these hearings, you know, of the evidence and all the shit. And they were questioning Adam's mental capacity to stand trial.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm definitely going off the cuff, so I'm going to get fucked up later when I try to come back to my notes. So now the whole time that he's going to these court hearings, all of the family is coming too. Like they are not missing a fucking single thing. These family members live out of the town or the city limits or whatever. So they're having to leave their family for days at a time to come to these hearings, to go to these court dates or whatever. And Adam is acting like he can't speak. He's like shutting down. He's acting very childlike. So they're like, oh, is he mentally competent to stand trial? We don't know. So they're being drugged through all of these extra fucking, you know,
hearings and shit.
Yeah, hearings, like traumatic fucking experiences, only to find out that the police were able to listen in on his jail phone calls to his friends where he was speaking totally coherently, perfect. Like
it's only attorney-client privilege or whatever if you're talking to your attorney.
It's
the only time they won't listen.
Yeah.
Heads up.
And so they were like, hey, by the way, we now know that you're mentally competent to stand trial. So the family's fucking pissed because they're like, what the hell, man? Like, why are you jerking us along, asshole?
Did a bunch of shit,
Fucking dick. Also, I should mention that as they're going into the courtroom for the first time, Michael was fucking pissed, right? Because he's about to go face the person who killed his wife, who was like his everything. Like he was like punching parking meters. And this is like a church-going dude, right?
First of all, ow.
Yeah,
no.
I know.
Dumb.
Listen, when they told me that my dad was going to die, I was punching shit in the bathroom. And I'm not even a puncher. Like it's just like a way to get your rage out, I guess, if you're psycho.
Yeah. I've never been a hitter.
Not that Michael's psycho. I am.
Like on a punching bag or something, maybe. But like if it's something that's hard, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I've never been a hitter either. But I guess there's fucking traumatic experiences, right?
Yeah.
So he's really pissed. And when he goes into the courtroom, he sees Adam, who's like a short dude. And he's like, this fucking little ass twerp. This shrimp biscuit is the reason that I don't have a fucking wife. Like he was pissed.
Yeah. I feel like anyone would be.
Yeah, like they're expecting this like big scary man as fucking twerp. And they're like, what the hell?
Fucker.
And then this asshole drags it on, right? Through all these hearings and all this stuff, only to find out that he is actually mentally competent.
Yeah.
Dick.
Adding insult to injury.
Dick move, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You got it.
So through all of these hearings, like I said, they're gathering evidence, everything. Like, how are they going to, like, what are they going to go after, right? Like, what are they going to try to get for him? Like, what are they going to try to sentence him with? And on the table was the death penalty. But they had to determine that the crime warranted the death penalty, right?
He fucking beat a woman to death.
Right. This is a whole other basket of worms because in order for the death penalty to be pursued, the murder has to be deemed especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, which, as a family member, is a fucking rough thought, right? Like, to hear about your mom's death as being, like, especially heinous when you're, like, trying to imagine that she probably went swiftly. Like, okay, yes, it looks bad, but hopefully she was dead beforehand. And now prosecutors are trying to prove the opposite, right? Like, actually, it was fucking torturous and awful so that they can get the death penalty.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's one that I would want to skip.
Oh my God, this family got fucking traumatized over and over again. So through the autopsy of Deborah, they discovered that she had burst blood vessels in her eyes, suggesting that not only had she been beaten, but she had also been strangled to death.
Fuck.
And the family actually learned this detail in court. So, like, it's not like anybody softly came up to them and was like, hey, by the way, like, we learned this detail. I know it's really rough to hear.
Did they do that for the shock value? Like,
well,
did the prosecutors kind of fuck them up on purpose so that it'd be like, and this, and then the family's like, oh my God. And then the jury or whatever is like, whoa, that is really bad. Look how affected the family is.
No, because this is just like hearings and stuff. There's not like a jury or anything around.
Yeah.
And I think it was actually mentioned in court, but like in passing, like, hey, by the way, like between breaks, like, hey, by the way, and it was told in like an exciting manner. Like, by the way, we found out that she was strangled, so we can go after the death penalty. And like the family's just like fucking crumbling to the ground. Like, Jesus Christ, she was also like, what the hell? Like, that's not an
Yeah.
exciting thing at all to learn. Like, that fucking sucks. But, like, the prosecutor's like, a win for us. That's a great win. Like, really not sensitive to what is happening.
Oh, my God. Read the room.
Right? Right? My God. So fucking sad. So they learn this horrifying detail, right? This strangling puts the killing in the category of especially heinous, atrocious, and cruel, and that means that the family can go after the death penalty. It was also discovered that while on probation, Adam had gotten a job as a political canvasser, and he was using his new job as a way to stake out homes. So he'd go knock on doors and be like, I'm gonna fucking take that one. So it's possible that he had knocked on the door and actually met Deborah before going, like, casing out the joint and then going and fucking breaking in and thinking she was gone.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm thinking about when I was little, how many fucking times that happened. Like, and I probably was like, well, I don't know, my dad's not home. Like a fucking idiot, Thank God I didn't get murdered. But they might have been tracking, like, her dad's not home right now.
Since I was a kid, my parents were always sleeping.
Smart. Nobody taught me that. I was just like, who wants to know anything about my life?
Yeah.
My name is Stacey. Do you want to be my friend?
I think my mom probably taught me that.
Smart.
Like, don't fucking trust anybody.
Yeah, it's real smart.
Yeah.
Wet my whistle.
Wet it.
All right, so now that it is wet. Oh.
That's close. That was a really good one.
It was a wet whistle. Okay. Now, as the hearings drag on, the family starts to wonder about questions that the prosecutors don't necessarily need answered in order to convict him. Like, what did you do with the stuff that you stole from my house? Like, did Deborah know that she was dying? How were you able to move, like, heavy TVs by yourself? Like, what the fuck is going on? Stuff like that, right? Like, tell me everything. Like, we know you murdered her, but, like, I want to know the fucking details. I have a lot of questions. And the prosecutors are like, we don't give a shit about that. We know he murdered her. Let's carry on, right?
Oh.
But the family wants some sort of closure.
Yeah.
The family at first was all for the death penalty. Well, most of them. There was a child that was like, no, whatever. I don't think that, because there's 5 of them. So people have different fucking opinions, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, they're like, for the most part, going after the death penalty. And then they started to toy around with this idea of restorative justice, where basically the needs of the victims are met. So in this case, Adam would have to answer all of their questions regarding the murder and any questions they had surrounding that incident, right? And in return, they would not seek the death penalty. So it's a time to sit down with the murderer or the fucking person who committed the crime and get all of the answers that the victims seek so that they can have, like, more of an emotional closure than, like, fucking...
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Hard justice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's hard because you don't know if they're going to lie to you or not.
Exactly. So the family decides to move forward with this fucking...
restorative justice.
Restorative justice, which is basically a plea bargain. Like, you plead guilty, we won't go after the death penalty, and you give us all the information we want. So they go forward with this, and Adam eventually agrees to sit down with the family and tell all in exchange for just life in prison. The family signs off on the deal. They went to court, and he was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 20 years for first-degree murder, armed burglary, auto theft, and possession of a firearm by a felon.
Mm-hmm.
The family gave their victim impact statements and played some home videos, and the whole time Adam had, like, his ears plugged and he was rocking back and forth and shit. Like, he didn't watch the video, like a fucking little prick.
I feel like you have to. Like, I feel like that should be, like, forced.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, we'll just fucking wait right here until you stop that.
Yeah.
And play.
Fucking what? Like, torture him with it?
Yeah. Fucking Clockwork Orange, his eyes open.
Yeah, like, clamp those fuckers open.
Yeah.
So the day comes where the family's going to meet Adam, and they're going to get their answers or their questions answered, right?
Yeah.
And they show up, they're put in this little office, and they wait for Adam. Adam's in a room close by. He's all shackled up from prison, and they're prepping each other to, like, go talk, right? The family start to notice that it's kind of taking a while, and they're like, okay, like, what the fuck is going on, but whatever. And then in walks the prosecutor, but no Adam. And the family, like, is like, what is happening here? Like, where the fuck's Adam? I have some questions, right?
Yeah. The whole deal.
Turns out Adam refused to meet the family. Now, the way the article makes it sound, the reason he refused to is because he was ashamed.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, I know, I guess. Like, one of the kids had written him a letter saying that he had forgiven him. Like, hey, I'm not mad. I get it. Like, you had a fucking rough life. You were never given a chance. I just want some closure, but we're not mad at you. And so the way it sounds is like this, like, hurt or scared Adam more. Like, he was expecting them to be, like, angry at him.
Yeah, people can deal with anger, not disappointment.
Yeah, not disappointment or compassion or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he just could not go through with it. And they kept trying to talk him into it. Like, no, you kind of have to. And he was like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Kind of have to. Otherwise, we have to execute you.
Yeah. No. I don't fucking get this. But, like, he just didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Just didn't hold that shit up. And he was already sentenced to just the life sentences.
That's it?
So the family didn't get their fucking answers. They didn't get their answers.
That feels really, really wrong.
It feels really, really wrong. And plus it's fucking Florida, so it is really, really wrong. So the prosecutor explained to him basically, So the prosecutor explained him, like, his behavior, what Adam was doing was basically, like, childlike, and he went nonverbal, and he refused to participate.
Sucks to suck, motherfucker.
Right. But he just stopped talking.
Yeah, you can't just do that, though.
Fucking right.
I could stop talking.
So the family...
That doesn't mean that you're not going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's already got life in prison. I don't know. Like,
Did
once
he stop talking forever? Like, does he still not talk? Because then,
I'm pretty
fine,
sure he
maybe
talks.
he's living a fucking monk life.
He's taking a vow of silence.
Yeah, great.
No, he's a dick. He's a dick.
So he's just fucking an asshole playing asshole games.
That's what I
so
think.
Fucked up.
That's what I think because, the article's like, oh my God, he was like, fucking ridden with guilt and he just couldn't face the family. But I'm like, bro, I don't believe a fucking cent of your bullshit.
Do it on Zoom then.
Shrimp biscuit. All right. Do it on Zoom. No, I think he's just he worked him. Like, it's so irritating. He was trying to work. He drug on the trial with all those hearings to see if he was mentally fucking competent.
That's
making the family go through all of this shit.
Do you know how much shit I don't want to do every day and I still have to do?
It's called being a fucking adult.
It's
right?
called facing the consequences.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the consequences to my actions.
Yeah.
Here they fucking are.
Son of a bitch.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You can just not do that? Like, fuck it. Never mind. Not going to do that.
I guess you can in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. So the family's obviously fucking pissed because now their options are to seek the death penalty, which would take months, maybe even years of fucking court.
I'd do it. I'm petty as fuck.
Yeah,
and
but
by petty, I mean like super aggressively death penalty petty.
Yeah, I know, but like then that's hard on them. They're reliving this trauma. They're having to spend time away from their families and shit.
Yeah, but have you ever had someone like cut you off in traffic?
I have, and then I like smile and then they hunt me down. I'm just like a different person.
I hold grudges.
Yeah, I guess I do for like a hot minute, and then I'm like, you know what? It's too much work.
I'm like,
too much energy. But then what if you go through all of that and then they don't get the death penalty?
That would suck.
Yeah, that would fucking suck. It's a big question to ask. Like, do I want to go through all of that again? Like, do I want to deal with this?
Yeah.
They could also, if he had like gone, if they try to seek the death penalty, like he could be acquitted. Like, what if he got acquitted? That would fucking suck even worse, right?
He can't be acquitted.
He could. It could be potential. I guess it's like a fucking option. Anytime you go to trial, you could be acquitted. You don't know. You don't know. So it's a risk, right?
I would write him a letter every goddamn week.
Dear diary.
Why'd you kill my mom?
You suck a lot of ass. Or they had the option of waiting a few years and like trying again, like seeing if he'll fucking answer their questions later. And I'm pretty sure that's what they went with. There was nothing ever that like tied this up into a pretty bow of like what the fucking plan is for the family. But obviously they're fucking pissed because he didn't hold up his end of the bargain and he's just got away with it. And so the family's like, what the fuck does that even mean? What are you talking about?
Like, you can just not do the thing that we all agreed that you would do?
Yeah. And in retrospect, I guess the prosecutor's like, well, that could have been handled a little differently. Like, we could have prepped the family for this possibility before the option was even, before you sign off on the option. Like, this could fucking happen. And also prep Adam to give his answers, right? Like, they just threw him into it. And obviously he's not the fucking smartest goddamn person in the world because he murdered somebody. So,
Yeah.
like, to, like, coach them through, I guess in these cases, whenever restorative justice is done, which is pretty rare, but in those cases, there's, like, a lot of prepping that goes forward to even tell the, like, murderer, like, how you should sit, how you should act, where you should look. Like, it's, like, fucking, like, a show almost. Like,
Yeah.
answer the questions, but here's what your body needs to be doing so you don't traumatize each other. And same with the victims, right? Like, you can't launch at them. Like, you got to be prepared for these kind of questions or these kind of answers. Like, if he says this, you're going to be pissed, but you can't do something. Like,
Yeah, I get
it's just
that.
like fucking basic safety measures.
Yeah.
But none of that happened here.
So the prosecution or their lawyers or whoever failed the family.
Yes. Oh, yes. This family was fucked royally. Like, real bad.
That sucks.
It's just so crazy to me that, like, you can just be like, like, can you just be like, hey, remember that fucking, since you're not holding up your end of the deal, I fucking take that shit back. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Can we,
Like,
double stampsy, no erasey?
yeah. Is that how we're going to handle this?
Can you triple
Fine.
stamp, double stamp? I don't fucking know.
Triple double that bitch.
What are the rules?
Yeah.
What are the rules?
Yeah. Or get your payment up front, man.
Yeah. Half here, half later.
Yeah.
Half now, half later.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I could be totally wrong and they could have, like, redone all that, but from what I gather is, like, he's just spending fucking life in prison.
That's fucked up.
And I think the family might later try to ask him again. I don't really fucking know. So, in the meantime, Michael obviously is very traumatized by this, and he's still living in the house that his wife was murdered in.
That sucks.
I know. And his family kept trying to get him to move out. Like, dude, come on. This place is fucking, one, dangerous, and two,
Too big. You don't need it.
trauma-inducing. Yeah,
And
it's
that.
a castle.
Yeah, it's a castle. You don't need a whole ass castle.
Yeah,
man.
but, like, your wife died here. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that
And-
can't be good for your mental health to go downstairs into the kitchen to make your coffee and be like, I missed a spot.
Nope. Yeah. Well, he would go to bed at night, and if he heard a noise, he'd, like, grab his gun right away.
Yeah.
His home had actually even been burglarized several more times after Deborah had been killed.
Bro.
Right? The kids tried so hard to get him to move. Also, it said, it was kind of sad, like, he kind of just let the house go. Like,
Yeah.
he was not in a good mental state.
I bet.
And there were, like, bugs and stuff like that because he wasn't keeping up. And
Well, she also probably did the majority of
fucking preach.
housework.
Probably. But still, like, it was obviously there was some, like, mentally he was just fucking checked out and
Yeah.
pissed and over and traumatized, right?
Yeah. Well, and he has to learn how to do everything.
Oh, God.
Like, not even
You have
just
to learn
his-
how to relive your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He has to learn how to clean the kitchen because she probably did that because he worked. You
Well,
know,
and he's going to fucking court every goddamn day dealing with
Yeah.
dealing with Adam's ass.
he doesn't have that time.
Bullshitting around. So one day, mid-October 2018, so now it's over a year after Deborah had passed away, one of the children get a call while they're at work from one of the people that Michael had started a victims advocate program. And I guess there were some, like, plans over the weekends to have some parties, or I don't know if there were parties or groups to get together to chat, some events. And Michael hadn't showed up for them. So this person called one of his kids and was like, hey, can you go check on Michael? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh my God.
So she drives over to check on him. And when she walks in, she finds him laying on the couch dead.
Why?
He was literally feet away from where Deborah had been murdered.
Oh.
His official cause of death was, quote, broken heart syndrome or stress-induced cardiomyopathy. The family blames the restorative justice process for the reason that their dad died. Like, it added so much extra stress on him. And it was
my
right
God.
after Adam refused to, like, talk to them and shit. Like, I think it was like 2 months later or something that he had actually passed away. Like, from Adam refusing
Yeah.
all that he had passed
Oh
away.
my God, that's so sad.
Yeah, the family's fucking pissed. Like, you took my mom, you took my dad, and I have no justice. Like, this is
Yeah.
a bunch of fucking bullshit. We were not represented. Also, P.S., the way you gave us information was horrific. To be like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, she was brutally murdered, so we can go after the death penalty. High five. They're like, what the fuck? Like, none of this was done right. Also, they were pissed about, like, well, at least one of the family members was pissed. Like, does the judge even know that I've been there for every fucking hearing? Like, you don't get any voice in this and you're the victim. Like, that was my mom. And you just kind of have to follow what people tell you to do. Like, you don't get any insider scoop and insider information. You're finding
Yeah.
shit out in court also. Like,
That's fucked up.
super fucked up. And like I said, in reflection, the prosecutor was like, well, we kind of did some bad things back there. Or like maybe we should have coached people better and set people up for success, like in the questioning and everything like that. Also, it should be noted that 2 days after their father died, the children went back to go like clean up the house and pack up the stuff and like, you know, do what you got to do when your family passes away.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get there, they discover the house had fucking been broken into again. And somebody had stolen all of the TVs. They had stolen their grandmother's jewelry and Michael's briefcase, randomly enough.
That's so sad.
There was some speculation wondering if Michael had actually been murdered somehow, but there's no solid evidence to go off of this and really nothing online to suggest that the family is like, you know, opening a homicide investigation or anything. So I think that's just kind of speculation, like on the children's part. They're like, what the fuck? Like, did somebody kill my dad now? Yeah, and I guess you don't fucking really know, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like they're actively pursuing that. On the day of Michael's funeral, someone tried to cash a stolen check from Michael's briefcase.
Jesus, man.
But the police were able to catch the woman cashing the check. But just like, can you talk about like being re-traumatized? These poor fucking kids. And from what I can tell, the family was totally normal and nice. Like, it wasn't like they were the psycho churchgoers that you're like, oh, also he fucking diddled kids in the closet. It was nothing like they were genuinely good people. They gave back to their community. Even when the community was being total shit, they were like, well, I don't want to feed into any fucking stereotypes. Like, I don't believe that. I love living here. I think it's just bad people and like poor fucking, you know, the city isn't there's no police, you know, patrolling the fucking streets. They just let it go.
They're not
shit.
treating it like a quote unquote good neighborhood.
No, because it was a quote black neighborhood. So they were like, well, you just don't go over there. Which is so fucked up.
That's super fucked up.
Yeah. Which we all know about and we're all aware of. And we're two white chicks preaching it. But
yeah, I know, right?
It's just fucking crazy, man.
That sucks.
Also, it sounds like a lot of people around there, maybe, like I was saying, that's just what you grew up in. That's like how you survived. Like, I steal shit so that I can pay for my kids to eat.
Yeah.
Which isn't right by any means, but like, holy fucking shit.
God damn.
It's sad.
I don't like that. That's really sad. Makes it feel like the house is like cursed. You know?
I know. That's what I was thinking too.
It is now.
I wonder if anybody lives there now.
In the castle? Nobody wants to be that target.
It's
though.
like a hacienda.
In that hacienda?
Yeah.
In that gazebo?
It didn't look like a castle to me.
I mean, I'll look at it. I'll let you know.
Okay, you let me know.
Everybody's castle is different.
It looks just like a house. Like, I didn't see the whole neighborhood, though.
Maybe every
like,
other house is like a shack. And they're like, Jesus, that's a castle.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even think it had a second floor.
What's a castle without a second story?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's just a wide castle.
Yeah, but also I've lived in like a trailer park before where like the new trailer that is brought in is like the castle, you know, where it's like that one's got a fucking front porch.
Yeah, whoa, that's a castle.
With like bay windows.
Ooh, baby.
Excuse the fuck out of me. My arm hurts from getting the booster shot.
Ooh,
it hasn't been moved in some time.
Well, let's sign this bitch off.
I will.
So you can go exercise it out.
Hey guys, if you want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com. And while you're there, please also sign up for our Patreon. Ooh. It's as little as $1 a month. $1. You get one extra episode, and you get access to all the back episodes, which is at least 500 million extra hours right now.
I think it's up to that at least.
Yeah, at least. And then if you pay $10 a month, you get all of the video, all the raw video content of every fucking episode that we ever record. And you get all the back access to that shit. So much extra content, so much extra tangents, so much extra inside jokes.
Ooh.
You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Be our bestie.
So, yeah, come join us. You're supporting your favorite fucking podcast. We're literally using this money from Patreon to give back in all of the Operation Moonblood, and we're using it to pay for, hopefully, CrimeCon, which is like almost $1,000.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
It's insane. Okay, anyway, so long story short, we're not just putting the shit in our pocket and walking away. That would be nice, but we keep reinvesting it in other things, which is what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah. You gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah,
or
so
something.
Fucking, yeah, whatever those words are. So it's not like we're sitting on some high horse over here and we're like, well, this is so great. We literally give it back to you guys or put it in the podcast or whatever. This is our podcast together. Come help support us.
Yeah.
And by that, when I say our, I don't mean me and Aaron. I mean you guys too. You guys are our fucking besties. And you better know that you're our besties. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, bestie.
Same. Ditto.
Okay. And then also, while you're there, go check out our merch.
And dice.
Merch. Buy some shit. And then
At this point, I'm keeping all the options up.
I'm sure Critty will be fixing that soon.
Oh, God, I can only hope.
Okay, so what else can they do? They can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com. We're going to be figuring out Operation Moonblood. I have to go through some emails. Hopefully by the time this airs, which is like in a day and a half, I'll have some shit figured out. Maybe not, but we see you all. We hear you all. We'll be in touch. Don't you worry. We have not forgotten. I'm so excited for the Elfster Santa giveaway.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We drew names, got paired up, which we have to look into because I'm wondering.
I was going to say, did we? Because I did not look.
Okay. I'm wondering if you are under ISGD podcast because we have so many fucking accounts now. Like I created my own account because I was like, I'm getting in
I
on
created
this.
mine.
Okay. So then
if we have one, then we'll get one for whoever it gets matched with.
So we have an ISGD account too. I tried to add a couple things to the wish list so that whoever got paired up with us had something, but we should go add some more.
Okay.
But by the way, I have impeccable taste, so it's okay.
I know.
It's great. So, Elster, yeah, that'll be fun. What else can they do? Snail mail us? No, join us on, before you do all that, come join us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, at ISGD Podcast. Come join the goddamn pod group on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. We all fucking hang out and shoot the shit.
Hell yeah.
Go, Aaron.
And also, you can snail mail us at P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
Also, we had a package to open from Dylan today.
Yeah, it was more like a thick envelope.
Okay. Well, I'm going to consider
He
that.
said it's mostly words. Enjoy reading a book.
Yay. I love reading.
I love to. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Whew. Did it. My hip is broken.